Comrade Collins Chumobi Opara is my name, the National Leader of Labour Party.
Comrade, the National Leader of Zenith Labour Party.
Ozu Frederick Important, I'm the National Youth Leader of the People's Redemption Party.
Gentlemen of the press, my fellow national youth leaders here present, record that in June 2026, we condemned the xenophobic attacks on Black Africans in South Africa and warned that nothing should happen to our citizens living in South Africa. In spite of our warnings, the South Africans went ahead to enforce their June deadline ultimatum issued to Africans living in their country, including Nigerians. We watched as they harassed and embarrassed Nigerians, looting their legitimate businesses. We lost 3 Nigerians in these attacks against our citizens without any strong measures from the government of South Africa to either stop the attacks or arrest the leaders of the protesters. Responding to these disturbing reports of killings, assaults, intimidations, destruction of businesses and threats directed at foreign nationals, especially Nigerians in South Africa, the Forum of National Leaders of all political parties in Nigeria on July 1st, 2026, addressed the nation and the international community in a world press conference and in turn issued an ultimatum to South Africans living in Nigeria to also leave our country on or before July 31st, 2026. Today we have returned again, not merely to repeat ourselves, but to follow up and update Nigerians and the international community on our journey so far towards the July 31st deadline. In preparation, we have submitted letters to different agencies and ministries, including South African Embassy in Nigeria. This letter you see here, it is the acknowledgement of the letter we submitted to South African Embassy, informing them of our displeasure on how their government handled the issue of xenophobic attacks on our citizens in South Africa, and also the ultimatum we have issued to their citizens in Nigeria to also leave our country. Ladies and gentlemen, it is no longer news that Nigeria played an undeniable role in the liberation of South Africa from apartheid. Our governments, our institutions, our students, our workers, and our people made enormous sacrifices for the freedom of South Africa that they enjoy today. It is therefore heartbreaking that Nigerians continue to become victims of repeated xenophobic violence in South Africa. This is no longer acceptable by us. We acknowledge the efforts of the federal government of Nigeria. We commend them for evacuating at least 1,490 citizens from South Africa already and still evacuating. We appreciate the new regional collaboration between Nigeria and Ghana against xenophobic attacks and every other diplomatic engagements to ensure the safety of Nigerians still in South Africa.
Just to add to what our chairman has said, we have done due diligence in terms of following up with the ultimatum we gave concerning the xenophobic attack against Black Africans and are concerned mostly against Nigerians living in South Africa. We have written letters to all relevant organizations, institutions that should be part of what we are doing, specifically to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We've written to them, we have the acknowledged copy here with us, but we've not heard from them. And we expected that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs should have been doing more at this point, especially when it comes to giving periodic, timely, real-time updates of what they are doing as a ministry. We expected that, even if it's weekly, to come up and tell us, this is what we're doing, this is how far we've gone. Because as young persons, those South Africans that are asking our people to go, as mad as people think they are, I think Nigerians, we have more than what they can ever give. And by the time this our ultimatum elapses, I don't think we'll be listening to anybody or any organization or any authority. So this is the time that they have to engage us, to tell us what they are doing. We have our own plans. We want to know their plans. We want to meet, see how we can talk, and then have a common ground, because by the end of our deadline, we have made it very clear that South Africans living in Nigeria will have to leave, and then their assets too, just as they have done to us, we will give them equal measure.
This 1 month ultimatum should sound as a warning to the Nigerian government and South Africa governments that we, the National Youth Leaders Forum, we have the capacity to shut down this country. We have 211,000 Nigerian youth across the country, to the grassroots level, to the world level, and unit level. So if that 1 month elapsed and we did not hear anything from the government of Nigeria and South Africa government, what they will see from on the first and second, we have to tell the story.
African culture is brotherhood over bullets, egalitarian society and social justice. But what is happening in South Africa is quite unfortunate. It does not represent that. It does not represent even the leaders of South Africa like Nelson Mandela. It does not represent what they stood for. It's quite unfortunate that xenophobic attacks that have been happening in South Africa, that the South African government, they are not really treating the criminality as it should.
We had incidents where even peaceful protests are being escalated and used for other motives and purposes.
Thank you very much for this question. This protest is not about the general public. It's a protest of youth leaders alone. The youth leaders cut across national level. We have state youth leaders, we have local government youth leaders, and world youth leaders. So the people going to be part of this are only youth leaders. So we identify them, give them our t-shirts, our caps. We know our youth leaders. No other person will be involved. Let the rest of the youth stay and watch. We are the leaders and we are capable to fight for Nigerian youth. We have 211,000 members from federal to the world level. We are here today as the youth of this country to express our displeasure and to also express our dissatisfaction on how the government of South Africa have handled this matter. We, the young people of Nigeria, are not happy for what South Africa is doing. And we are here to also declare that from today, the first day of July 2026 to the end of July 2026, we would want the South Africans in Nigeria to also leave. So we had on 1st of July, giving South Africans from the end of July to actually leave our country. So while we repatriate our people from South Africa, they should go ahead and repatriate their own from our country. Even if it's only 5 of them, let them quit also.